Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're all well. Hope you've had a good day. It's Monday night football. It's not often that I do Monday night football because of working commitments, but tonight we are on, and we've got a good game for you tonight coming from the Hill Dickinson Arena in Liverpool. It's Everton against Manchester United. An intriguing game between two teams that have been a bit inconsistent of late. Definitely one for keeping an eye on this one, because we're all really watching how Michael Carrick's doing with Manchester United. We're all wondering whether he's going to be considered for the permanent position at Manchester. Although listening to Gary Neville early on in his piece, and he was saying that Manchester United are at the moment talking about or talking to other managers with a view to bringing them in at the end of the season. Now, whether that depends on how well Michael Carrick does, I mean, if he qualifies for the Champions League, will that be good enough for him to get the job full-time? I'm not sure. Gary Neville wasn't so sure. He was talking about as good as Michael Carrick is, and I mean, he knows him well as a teammate. He reckons that he's not just high enough profile. I don't know. Personally, myself, the chat is open. If you want to get your thoughts in on that, is Michael Carrick the man for the job at Manchester United? Does it all depend on him qualifying for the Champions League spot? I'm sure there's a few of you who would have given him the job already. But I would wait till the end of the season, definitely. And if he got Champions League spot, then I would definitely give him the job. I think he's a good manager. I think he did a good job at Middlesbrough, and that job just ran its course. But I think he's good enough to take Manchester United higher. I mean, what Gary Neville was saying is that Manchester United have tried a lot of younger managers like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ruben Amorim and a few others, and they started off okay and didn't do well after a couple of seasons, and maybe he's a bit worried about that. I don't know, but we shall see. Just going on to the two teams, let's take a look at those now. They have been announced. The two teams are in, and there's a couple of changes. So let's start off with Everton first, and David Moyes has gone for a 4-2-3-1 formation. So it's Pickford in goal, as usual. He's a pretty solid goalkeeper as Pickford now, even though he's not one of the tallest, but he's England's number one, and that says a lot for how good a shot stopper he is. For the back four, Moyes has gone for Garner, Tarkowski, Keane and Branthwaite. In midfield, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, it's Oregbunam. Oregbunam, is that right? If I'm wrong, somebody in the chat will tell me, I'm sure. Oregbunam, I've never heard of the guy, but he's in playing tonight on the right-hand side of midfield with Idrissa Gueye playing on the left. Armstrong and Dewsbury Hall and Ndai will play in the midfield, looking to get forward in support of the youngster Barry. Manchester United manager Michael Carrick has also gone for a 4-2-3-1 formation, so it's like for like. Lamans continues in goal. He's been impressive as Lamans. I think he's a good shot stopper. He's a good all-round goalkeeper. He's solid and dependable. He hasn't been making the mistakes that the other goalkeepers have, and I think there's a lot of regard for him at Old Trafford. Dalot will play at right back. Yoro comes in because there's an injury to Martinez, so he can't play tonight. It's not a serious one according to what Michael Carrick was saying, but just enough to keep him out of the lineup tonight. Maguire will play on the left of the defence, and Shaw will play at left back. Casemiro and Menu will carry on in midfield with Ahmad on the right-hand side, Bruno Fernandes playing down the middle, and Cunha coming off the left, and Umbuemo will play up front. So that's the two sides that have been announced. Let me know what you think about those two sides. The chat is open, and we've got the best part of 18 minutes before the game gets underway. So anything you'd like to say, anything you've got to say about the two teams, or if you've just got a goal prediction or a final score prediction, get your thoughts in now. Good for us neutrals. As a Leeds fan, I can watch this. There's not a great deal running on it for Leeds. These two teams are above Leeds and Manchester United. If we look at the positions of the two teams in the tables and just look at what 3 points will do for these two teams. We'll start off with Manchester United first because they're higher up. In 5th position at the moment. I think that is actually the final Champions League spot. But they're being pressed hard by Liverpool behind them. There's the three of them, Liverpool in 6th, Manchester United in 5th and Chelsea in 4th position, all on 45 points. Aston Villa are a further 6 points ahead, so they've opened a bit of a gap in 3rd position, and the other two, City and Arsenal, are well ahead of everybody else now. So it's a battle on for that 4th and 5th spot. So Manchester United will be looking for a win today because that will take them above Chelsea. It'll push Chelsea down into 5th. Manchester United going to 4th. Manchester United are on a streak now of 4 wins and 2 draws in the last 6 games. So that's a testament to how Michael Carrick has changed things around there at Old Trafford. If we look at Everton, they are at the moment in 9th position on 37 points. They will go up 1 spot if they score a lot of goals and win by a good amount. They could go up a couple of spots above Brentford as well, but that doesn't seem that likely. But if Everton do win this game, they'll go up to 40 points and will go into 8th position. Everton have had 2 wins, 1 loss and 3 draws in the last 6 games. So a bit of consistency there. The last game that they lost, they won't be happy about that. But on 37 points, they are not worrying about what's below them. They're looking above and how far they can get in the league for the rest of the season. So that's the build-up for the game. I'd like to know your thoughts on things, if you've got anything to say. I know that I was watching the build-up earlier on before I came live on, and it did look like it was raining at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Just looking at Pickford there, just doing a bit of warming up. It's possible, but the rain has stopped now. But it was raining early on. The commentators that were on the pitch, they had all their umbrellas up. So the pitch will be damp on top, slick for passing, makes it for good football. Just a word about Šeško, the Manchester United forward. He's just looking at a flying save from Pickford there. I didn't know if he was going to make it at first, as they was doing it slow motion, but he did get a big right hand to it and probably turned it around the post. The reason they're doing a big article on the goalkeepers, the top goalkeepers in the Premier League this season, is because Edwin van der Sar is in the studio. So they're doing a big thing on goalkeepers there. This game kicks off at 8 o'clock. It's the only one that's kicking off at 8 o'clock today. It's the last of the Premier League fixtures for this weekend. And I'm ready to go. I've got my cup of tea. It's less than 15 minutes to go. It should be a cracking game, especially for us neutrals. Predictions, I'm going to go for a 2-1 Manchester United win. I think they're just in a bit better form. I think players like Mbeumo, Šeško and all the rest of them, they're on form at the moment for scoring goals. Fernandez has got a new lease of life now that he's playing in a more forward position, and I think they might just have a bit too much of it, although their last game against West Ham was a bit of a non-event, but I think that was more to do with West Ham and the predicament that they were in, and trying to keep things as tight as possible and pinch a goal at the end to get them vital points that they wanted but didn't get. And they didn't get any more last weekend as well. And just going back to the tables again, if we look at the relegation zone, which we might as well, because Wolves on 10 points now after 28 games. They've lost 4 and drawn 2 of the last 6 games, and 17 points from safety. They're not going to get that since in 28 games. They've only got 10 points. They've only got 12 games to go, and they're going to get 17 points, or possibly need more out of that. It's not going to happen. So they're down. Burnley are in a lot of trouble as well. They're 8 points from safety. And with 13 games to go, it looks like Wolves have played one more game than everybody else. So I don't know who that might have been against. I'll just have a quick look and see who else has played 28 games. Arsenal. Oh, yeah, they played Arsenal midweek, didn't they? That was the game in hand there. So, yeah, that's... So Burnley have got 27 games played and only 19 points there. 8 points from safety. I think things are looking bleak for them. West Ham drew at the weekend. Wasn't really enough, although Nottingham Forest lost, so they've cut the gap between them and the 17th position, Nottingham Forest, to 2 points. And just above them, an extra 2 points away, is Tottenham. And look at the run they've had. They've had out the last 6 games, 2 draws and 4 losses. They're really on free fall now. They're in negative equity when it comes to goals. Welcome to the channel, Jim. Thanks for joining us. I hope you're all well. Just apologies for yesterday. I was doing the Forest Liverpool game and you was with us, and then the server that I use for doing live streaming just cut out and just wouldn't come back no matter what I did. And I tried and tried and tried, and in the end I decided to clear off, and I couldn't tell anybody, so apologies for that. But hopefully everything will be fine today. It doesn't happen that often, only maybe a couple of times, 3 times a season. So fingers crossed we can see this one right through, especially for you, Jim. You're a Manchester United fan yourself. We don't want to lose this one. Are you watching the game, or are you just listening to my watch along? I'm just going through the relegation spots after the weekend, especially with Tottenham losing. I was listening to Talk Sport over the weekend, and they're still saying on there that Tottenham have got too much going for them and they're not going to be dragged into a relegation battle, but I don't believe that. And they've lost 4 of the last 6. And Leeds are an extra couple of points above them in 15th position. So, although Leeds are not out of it by any stretch of the imagination, picking up points in difficult games has been good for them. You watching the game as well? You got a score prediction? I won't tell you what mine is until you tell me what yours is, just to see how it matches. Unless you've been listening from the start, I don't know. I've got my cup of tea again, all ready to go. Can't do this without a cup of tea. Thanks to everyone who has joined the channel so far and is watching. I do appreciate your support. I'd appreciate even more if you want to hit that. You missed it, did you, Jim? So you're going 2-1 for United, I guess. Yeah, for everyone who's just joined the channel, if you're not a subscriber, please do become a subscriber. We're heading towards 250 and beyond. We just need you to hit that like and subscribe button. It don't cost anything. We're not asking for anything from you. It just helps promote our channel. Yeah, well, it's funny. You missed my prediction, but I also said 2-1 to Manchester United as well. I think they'll just have a bit too much for them up front. I think Everton are a bit lightweight up front. One thing you've got to watch out for in this game is Dewsbury Hall. When we played them, when Leeds played them a few weeks ago, we was all over them until the second half when he brought Dewsbury Hall on early in the second half and he ran the game from there and got them the equaliser and could have almost pinched it at one stage before the game finished. So if they can close him down, I think that'll go a long way towards winning the game today. Friday night football this weekend, Saturday, Leeds and Man City at 5:30. So if you can join us for that, you'd be more than welcome. There's some European games on as well. Just a moment, I'll just plug myself in before I run out of battery. There we go. There's some European games on as well. So I'm just going to take a look at one of them at half time and just see which one I fancy doing. Let's see if anyone wants to join us for a watch along of a European game this Tuesday and Wednesday. We playing Spurs the 9th of May. I'll just take a look at the fixtures and see. The May fixtures. Yeah, we've got Burnley on the 2nd. On the 9th, we are away at Tottenham at 3 o'clock. Yeah, that's two massive games. That, I mean, if we could get 3 points out of Burnley the week before, and then 3 points out of Tottenham as well, that'd take us to virtually 40 points. And I think with that we'd be safe as well. We've got Wolves to come at home as well, so those will be the games that Leeds will be targeting with a win. You wouldn't have thought so early on in the season. Going to Tottenham would have been a real difficult game, but not anymore. Everybody seems to be winning there at the moment, and there seems to be a team in pieces. And yesterday they took a real hammering from Arsenal. They were really taken apart, especially in that second half. Only 5 minutes or so away from kick-off now, so it won't be far before we see the teams in the tunnel at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. They keep bringing all these obscure stats up about home points per game at old stadiums compared to new stadiums. I'm just looking at Spurs there before they moved or before they had their stadium rebuilt. They're almost a point per game down on what they were earning at the old White Hart Lane. I would have believed that. Yeah, we are playing better than Spurs by a mile. It's true. You know what? I even fancy us to get us something out of this game on Saturday as well. I don't know. It's just something it's a feeling in my water. Teams are coming out onto the pitch now. They didn't hang long in the. This came straight out of the changing rooms and then straight out onto the pitch. So they don't mess about down there in Liverpool. Just a quick look at the teams again before the game gets underway. We'll start with Everton with Pickford in goal, and they have Garner, Tarkowski, Keane, Branthwaite, Irugbunam, I think that is, Gay, Armstrong, Dewsbury Hall, Ndai, and Barry. For Manchester United, they have Lamans in goal, Dallo, Yoro, Maguire, Shaw, Casemiro, Menu, Ahmad, Fernandez, Cunha, and Mbuemo as the two managers swap pleasantries. I don't know whether Michael Carrick was still playing at Manchester United when Moyes was in charge. I guess he probably was, so they'll know each other quite well. Well, are we playing this Saturday? We have got Manchester City at home, a 5:30 kickoff. Difficult game. I mean, there's only one more game that could be more difficult. And that would be Arsenal at home, and we've got our pants pulled down in that game. So I think you can get at Man City, and they do concede goals where Arsenal are made of stern of stuff. That's why I think that if we turn up and play at home and the crowd gets behind us, we could get something out of that game. Which all the rest of the relegation contenders will be looking at us and thinking, "Oh, there's 3 points they're going to lose. We've got a chance to pull points back against Leeds, but I think we might get something out of it." I think both teams should be in the normal kits. I mean, there's no clash, is there? I can't see because the graphics on the screen are they're going through the two teams. I guess Manchester United are in the red shirts, white shorts, and black socks, and Everton will be in the blue and white, I guess. Šeško is on the bench. He's unlucky. He's scored a few goals when he's come off the bench, and you thought maybe got a starting position. I hope he's not going to be a super sub. It's pouring down at the Hill Dickinson Stadium there. Miserable weather. It's been a nice day in the UK, but it's spoilt itself this evening and it's raining again. Don't need any more rain, but we're still getting plenty of it. Lenny Yoro playing in place of Martinez today, who's picked up a slight injury. Wayne Rooney in the crowd. Manchester United are going to kick the first half off, kicking from left to right. They've just got black socks on. They're usually playing black socks, Man United. They do that. These white shorts, red and white shorts. Anyway, the game is underway. Goes all the way back to Lamans. And his first clearance was blocked by Barry, and it's slowly running out for a goal kick. But it's a bit of an iffy clearance to start the game off with from Lamans there. Took his time, and then didn't get the elevation to get it over Barry and hit him. Unfortunate that it ran out for a goal kick and not over Lamans' head and into the goal. The short goal kick to Lamans, plays it into midfield to Mainu. He lays it out left to Maguire. Maguire gives it to Shaw. He chips it forward, but it's over the head of everybody. And the number 6, Tarkowski, hooks it back into play. Brought down on the chest by Mainu, who got it out wide to Yoro. Yoro lays it back to Maguire. Maguire sticks his foot on it and slows the play down and then lays it back to Yoro. Yoro's had the ball taken off him. Dewsbury Hall getting stuck in there. The throw goes to Everton. Looks like the ball maybe went out there. Garner put the ball out. Throw's going to be taken by Dallo on this near side, the right-hand side. It's still inside the Manchester United half, although he's walking forward. And then lobs it in. Fernandes tries to help it on, but it doesn't go very far, and it's hit back into the Manchester United half by Tarkowski. Yoro gives it to Dalot. Casemiro moves it on quickly, but Branthwaite blocks the back heel and it goes out for a throw to Manchester United. Dalot being told to walk a few yards back before he takes the throw. And Buemo came short for it, but it didn't go to him. It went to Ahmad. Comes out to Cunha. He gets out wide to Dalot. Dalot moves it on. So Ahmad goes back to Casemiro. Casemiro goes to Maguire. Back inside to Yoro on the right-hand side. He plays it down the line. It's Fernandes. Plays it inside. Cunha. A lot of traffic in front of him, gives it back to Fernandes. He puts a cross into the back post and Buemo's there. He volleys it back in. There's a chance of a Dalot. And then Casemiro's, Fernandes' shot. And it came out a second time. Diallo had another go. I think a combination of Pickford and the defender kept the ball out of the net, but only just. But then they're coming away down the right-hand side. But it's a poor ball that's picked up again. Dewsbury Hall in midfield now. Out to the left. Harrison Armstrong. And just again, his tights that he's got on, it's not that cold out there. That's a bit pathetic, that. Anyway, Maguire has the ball, plays it down the line. And Buemo's under pressure, lost the ball. There's a back heel that goes into touch off Mainu, and it's a throw. Just have to take a look at that again. Bruno put it across. Cunha had a chance. Ahmad had a chance on the line. It's cleared away as it was volleyed across by Mbuemo. Dalot just backed out of it. Ahmad's shot was half saved by Pickford and Tarkowski. And Barry's down deep in the Man United half. Don't know what happened there. I just led the ball off, tried to run for the return and ran into Maguire. He's up on his feet now. He's okay now. Ball's been given back to Everton. Gay gives it to Tarkowski. He lays it back to Pickford, but it's a bit short and he's sliced his clearance to the right-hand side. Ahmad picks the ball up, but he has to go back to Casemiro. Casemiro under a lot of pressure from Barry. Goes back to Yoro. He lays it across to the left to Maguire. And he gives it to Luke Shaw. Maguire plays a little ball inside to Casemiro. He moves out to the right to Yoro. Comes down the right-hand side. Gives it to Ahmad. A few yards inside the Everton half. Cuts inside. Looks for a long ball out to the right. It's over the head of Cunha. Only just though. It was almost a good ball. Yeah, Pickford made a half save from the earlier chance and it was rolling in the back of the net. If it hadn't been for Tarkowski, was behind him. Anyway, throw's going to be taken from the far right-hand side now for Everton. High into the air. Won by Maguire and headed back by Cunha, I think that is. Barry hooked down the line, thought it was going out at first. Maguire hooks it back over his head. Nodded on by Mainu. Cunha slipped over the ball as it was taken off him by Irabunam, apparently. Maguire. Yoro gives it to Casemiro in a lot of pressure and have come away with the ball as Dewsbury Hall. Armstrong, but he dwelt on the ball and Ahmad got his toe in and took it off him. Lays it back to Yoro. Plays it back to Casemiro, back to Yoro again. Yoro gives it to Lamans onto his left foot. Chips it down the line. Brought down on his chest by Garner. He hooks it back into the air. Casemiro's underneath it, gets a nudge from Idrissa Gueye and gets the free kick. Yoro now plays it back to Casemiro, just on the halfway line. He chips the ball down the line looking for Mbuemo. It's just a fraction over his head and then skips off the turf into the hands of Pickford. Looking for Juice. Behold, that pass there is cut out. Martinez in the crowd there. Roberto Martinez, is he still the Belgian manager, is he? Must be watching a few players. Maguire plays the ball into midfield. Meno lays it off to Casemiro. He goes long and right looking for the run of Dalot on the edge of the box. Tries to go around Branthwaite, puts a cross in that Pickford parries away and it goes out at the far side for a throw. Sloppy by Casemiro. You're right there, Jim. We've got to be careful. That Barry for Everton never stops running. Armstrong is in there, but Mbuemo gets the ball. But he's had the ball taken off him. Wasn't happy about the challenge. Irogbunam is fouled. Can't be happy with that ball because they've kicked it out and want a new one. Pickford's come well out of his goal to take this free kick. Chips it down the left-hand side. Branthwaite went up, but he's beaten to it by Casemiro. Mbuemo with Keane. Ball goes out. Throw to Everton. Goes back to Keane. And Keane goes all the way back to Pickford. Pickford goes across to the left-hand side. It's headed back inside. And Dye got the ball to Tarkowski, and the ball's ended up all the way back with Pickford. We know he's got a long drive on him, and he drives one down the left, looking for the run of Branthwaite. Dalot just got his foot into it and turned it out for a throw. A lot of space in the back there for... In fact, has it been given as offside? Yeah, it looks like it. Free kick's been given for offside. Taken quickly to Dalot, back to Yoro. Yoro's going to go all the way back to Lamans. Gets it back from Lamans and then gives it back to Lamans. Now he's being closed down quickly. Gets his clearance away, but Keane's in there. Jules Behold lays it inside. Maguire just gets in there and was caught by Undai as he made the interception and the free kick's given. Not Undai, it's Gueye, isn't it? With it in the tights. It's driven long. It's Cunha who's having to work backwards with the ball under severe pressure, but gets it back to Casemiro just inside his own half. He lays a little ball out to the right-hand side to Yoro. Bueno comes deep for support, but it goes to Menu, who plays it inside to Casemiro. Ahmad gives it to Yoro. Yoro gives it to Dalot. Goes for the return ball, but he's not going to win. That isn't Ahmad. With Keane. Heads it away. Tarkowski's down. After challenge for that one, he's landed on his left shoulder by looks of things and injured himself. Yeah, he's climbing all over Ahmad there. I thought it was his shoulder at first, but I don't know what they're actually treating. But he's still down, so breaking play. He's back to his feet now, and he seems to be moving okay. At least the server seems to be working well tonight, Jim. There's no drop frames or anything, which means it's working perfect. Well, that was given as a free kick, that challenge by Tarkowski and Ahmad. I don't know who fouled who, but anyway, it's going to be a free kick to be taken by Pickford. Drives it high and long. Branthwaite goes up. Casemiro, Dalot beats him to it, and it goes out for a throw. Branthwaite goes down the line quickly, looking for a run of Barry. Yoro's covering, puts it out for a throw. Don't know if anyone's got a long throw on them for Everton, but it's in the perfect position if they have. Tarkowski's waiting to come back on. Got the referee's attention. On he comes. Branthwaite's going to take this, but it don't look like he's a long thrower merchant because they aren't backing off. In fact, it comes to Dewsbury Hall. His pass back to him is a poor one. It's cleared. Ahmad plays it inside. Casemiro under a lot of pressure. What Casemiro? It was Cunha under a lot of pressure. Wins the throw anyway. Dalot to Yoro and all the way back to Lamans. Across to Maguire. Over to Shaw. Little ball down the line. Must have taken a deflection out because it's the throw to Manchester United. Went out off Ndai there. And Bueno gets the throw. Cunha's in there and Bueno there. Bruno Fernandes, who's hugging that far side, comes to Casemiro eventually. Menu plays the ball inside to Fernandes. He can turn and he tried to put a ball out to the right, but he was closed down by Dewsbury Hall. It hit him in the chest and went deep into the Manchester United half. He had to run back and clear the ball. Given to Maguire. Maguire's been forced back to Lamans now. Gets the ball straight back to him. Still coming forward with the ball. Looks to go long and left. It's over the head of Cunha though, and it's put out by Garner. Throw to Manchester United. I want a very good throw, but they don't seem to pull them up anymore now. Meno has the ball now, gives it to Casemiro. Bruno Fernandes now plays a little ball inside to Meno. Ahmad, he tried to lay it off. Pass was intercepted by Ndai. It's all the way back to Pickford. Comes out to Branthwaite. Plays a little ball down the line looking for Barry to turn Yoro, but Yoro got in a good position there and got the ball all the way back to Lamans. He gives it to Maguire. Yeah, I think you might be right there, Jim. I thought for a moment that Tarkowski had injured his shoulder, but He got up after a bit, didn't he? So maybe he was just winded. Dewsbury Hall now. Coming down the inside right position. Turns inside. Casemiro slips. Cunha comes away with it. Fernandes hugging the left-hand touchline. Plays the ball back inside to Casemiro. He's just inside the Manchester United half. Plays a little 10-yard ball to the right to Yoro. He goes down the line for Mbuemo. He's going to go around him. Branthwaite. Branthwaite gets his tackle in, and the deflection goes his way because the throw is Everton's. Poor throw, went straight to Yoro. He volleyed it forward. Comes out to Mbuemo. Left foot, he gives it to Ahmad just outside the box. Chipped back inside. And cleared away. Dewsbury Hall. Barry to Armstrong couldn't keep hold of it, and Manchester United pinched the ball back with Mbuemo. Goes back to Casemiro. He gives it back to Maguire in the centre circle, just crossing the halfway, moving left. Gives it to Shaw. Shaw gives it back to Maguire. Little ball inside to Menu. He checks back and gives it back to Maguire. Now Bruno Fernandes. Maguire again. It's all a bit slow at the moment. They're looking for passes into midfield of Manchester United, but there's not much movement. Looking for a pass down the line to Luke Shaw, and as he was jogging back, he got the ball back, and Manchester United keep possession again. It's Casemiro. Ball chipped over to the right-hand side by Fernandes, brought down by Diallo. Gives it back to Mbuemo. Looking for the return ball is Fernandes, who back heels it, chips it across. Comes out to Luke Shaw, hit it with his right foot, which isn't his best one, but it was blocked away. And then Yoro clears up and gives it all the way back to Lamans. He's under pressure, he drives it high into the air. There's a free header there for Ghana. That comes back to Yoro. He can bring it down and leave it for Casemiro. Casemiro plays a little ball inside to Menu. Ball inside to Cunha. They tried to get it into Mbuemo's feet, but it's cleared away. Header won by Yoro. Headed even further forward. Barry gives Yoro a nudge in the back, and he's not going to get away with that. And it is a free kick to Manchester United, and quite rightly too. It's not even subtle, that one, is it? Give him a right clatter in the back. Luke Shaw has it now. Just short of the halfway line, plays a little ball inside to Meno, gets the ball back from Maguire to Yoro, into Dalot, gives it to Diallo. He's given the ball away to Barry, though. Dewsbury Hall lays it back. Irabuno to Keane. Tarkowski gives it to Branthwaite. Ball inside to Gay. Little turn by Barry. Is barged over shoulder to shoulder with Menu, but he goes down and gets the free kick. Goes down screaming. Yeah, I think you're right there, Jim. It's a bit slow. It needs to be quickened up. The passing needs to be quickened up, doesn't it? That's the thing about it. Fast passing, quick movement off the ball will open these defences up, but it's all a bit predictable at the moment. Maybe I've done Barry a missed service there. It was his left arm by looks of things that he's fell on. I thought he was play acting like they all do. They all scream when they go down, but he's still down and being helped up now. Can't be his shoulder or his arm because they're dragging up by his shoulders and his arms. He looks okay anyway. Don't know what was wrong with him, but he's jogged off all right. He's had to go to the sidelines to save his 30 seconds off. And Dewsbury Hall's over this. Free kick. So is Garner. Looks like Garner's going to be the one to take it. It's very central. Chipped to the back of the box. Keane heads it back in, but it's cleared away. Maino gets it away, but it's out for a throw. Must have taken a deflection off an Everton player because the throw's been given to United. Look, sure, looking for someone to move for him, and there's nobody moving so far. Maino gets the throw and heads it on. Gets helped back in though. It's over the head of Casemiro. Maguire gets it. He's under pressure from Dewsbury Hall. And slices his clearance out for a throw to Everton. Didn't go very far. Barry's back on. It looks like he's got some sort of support for that left shoulder, so maybe he's carrying an injury on it, and he felt it when he fell. Throw's taken inside. Straight into it to Barry. And Dye can't keep the ball in. It's cleared away. Headed inside by Tarkowski to Keane. Keane chips it forward, high into the air. Free header for Maguire. Maguire heads it forward. It's brought down by Cunha. He lays out right to Dalot. Dalot lays it into Yoro. He thought about going back to Lamans, but Dewsbury always clearing him down, closing him down. Stretching for a return ball is played out, and Everton have the ball now with a Gay. Gives it to Armstrong. Armstrong gives it to Irabunam. Dewsbury Hall comes short for it to the left-hand side. It's Branthwaite now, plays it in. And back out to Dewsbury Hall. Ball spread right out to the right-hand side, and it's a good ball as well. And what Dye was doing, I don't know. It was a good one to bring down and run onto, and he'd have been round his Luke Shaw. But it was poor control. He hit it off his right foot onto his left foot and out for a goal kick. Yeah, I noticed that myself, Jim. Yeah, he has some sort of brace, so he's got a shoulder injury, hasn't he? And he likes to put himself about, so he'll be feeling that. High into the air. Ahmad lost it. And Jai coming through the middle now is surrounded by Man United players, goes down, nothing given. Casemiro gets the ball away, he's looking for Cunha. Tarkowski. And Brunham gets out to the right-hand side, but Garner couldn't get there, and Luke Shaw did. Now Maino comes forward, he gives it to Cunha. Coming across the middle. Hassled. Gets it to Diallo. Maguire to Shaw, a bit of space on the left-hand side now. Maino. His little balls inside are not... It's very slow again. Maguire, who's deep into the Everton half. Casemiro. Ball's taken off him by Fernandes, and he wants to take charge of it. He plays the ball into Maino, comes out to Shaw on the left-hand side. Ahmad, who seems to have gone over to that left-hand side now, gives it back to Maguire. Dalot. Has the ball taken off him, though. Everton can come away with Man United having a few players forward, but Dewsbury Hall's ball to Barry is cut out. Then he tried to get Fernandes away. Branthwaite did well. So Armstrong comes away now. Barry on the left-hand side lays the ball back to Gay, and it goes back to Keane, and that's given everybody the chance to get back behind the ball again. The momentum has been lost. Gay gives it to Tarkowski, and he turns and gives it all the way back to Pickford, who drives it long, high into the air. It's brought nicely down by Casemiro. Branthwaite tried to get in there. Plays the ball into Diallo, Ahmad. Fernandez now looking for a ball forward. There's not much movement, so he gets the ball across to the left-hand side to Casemiro. Casemiro gets into Mainoo. Mainoo's beaten. There's too many people around the ball when they play those little balls into the midfield. We're working hard to get the ball back. Sure. Fernandez cuts back inside as Dewsbury Hall was closing him down. Casemiro tries to thread Cunha in, but Keane got in the way. Armstrong now, waiting for support, waiting for a man's spare. Barry gets it back to Armstrong, luckily enough. Dewsbury Hall tries to play the ball back to Barry on the left-hand edge of the box, coming across on his right foot. He plays a ball square across to Gay. Dewsbury Hall tried to backheel a ball into Gay as he made his run through, and it's cleared away. Cunha came away with it. He's given it to Fernandez, and then he's put his foot on it and at walking pace, and it's slowed everything down again. Casemiro rolls a ball casually to his left to Maguire. Maguire turns back and lays it across to Lenny Yoro, and he gives it to Dallo. Ball into Mbeumo in a bit of space. He could have turned if he'd wanted to, but he didn't. He laid it back to Mainoo. Comes out to Ahmad, who's on this right-hand side now. He tries to go around Branthwaite, and Branthwaite pulled his shirt to stop him going as he went round him. And well, I was about to say, I thought he might have got a yellow card for that, because Ahmad had gone past him. It should have been a yellow card. I've got to agree with Gary Neville there. That should have been a yellow card. Ace of Bays. Hey, Dan, come on, United. How are you doing? I know it's a free kick over on the Manchester United right-hand side. It's about 18 yards out, and it's a few yards to the right of the box. Good one, good position for curling one in there. Let the big men attack the ball, and Fernandez has got the skill to be able to do that, so we'll see what happens. Hand in the air, comes in now. It's a low one. It's headed away by Dewsbury Hall. Picks up on the edge of the box. Dallo! And a right-footed shot skims past Pickford's left-hand post as he dives across to his left. It's only a yard wide. And as he hit it, it was probably on target, but there was a little bit of swerve on it that took it just wide. Pickford may have just got there, but it was a well-struck shot. Hope you haven't got too busy a run today, Dan. I hope it stopped raining for you as well. Maguire's fouled just inside his own half over on the left-hand side. Free kick given. .31 minutes, 32nd minute, and chances have been very few and far between. Oh, you're not at work, Dan? How come? Casemiro's going to take this one. Plays it across to, it's supposed to be for Yoro, but it comes to Dallo, and he gives it out to Ahmad on the right-hand side. He can chance to take Branthwaite on again if he wants to. Plays the ball inside to Mainoo. It was a bit behind him, but he controlled it and give it to Casemiro. Ball comes inside from Mainoo again. He's surrounded by Everton players, goes down, and there's nothing being given there. And they can come away with it with Irabonum. He goes back to Garner. Garner on the edge of his box gives it to Tarkovsky, and he clears it. Irabunum again. Inside to Ndai. It's a well played little wall pass between him and Irabunum can come away, but he's led the ball inside to Dewsbury Hall. He turns and gives it into Barry. He can help it onto the left-hand side where Branthwaite is now. A left-footed cross is blocked by Dallow. Just looked a bit casual from Branthwaite. They thought he might have attacked that byline and try and get a cut across back, but he didn't. It's just a bit casual there. And they have got no long throw merchant here, so Branthwaite's going to take it anyway. Gives it to Dewsbury Hall, comes back, tries to nutmeg Dallow, but he's having nothing to do with it, and the ball comes away with Casemiro. He's looking for an outball, waiting for Cunha to come into midfield, but the ball is cut out, and Armstrong comes away now. Down the left. Plays a little ball inside to Barry. He lays it back inside to Gay. Gay goes right across to the far side of the pitch. He was looking for Ndai, but he was never going to win that, and Shaw heads it away. Garner takes this throw, gives it to Irabunum. Tarkovsky gives it to Pickford, who's well out of his goal. Lays it inside to Idrissa Gueye. He gives it straight back to Pickford. Pickford's got a right-footed kick on him as well. He can either side. All the way through to Dallow, though. Dallow plays the ball into midfield. It's helped on. Mainu heads it to his side, but it goes up Branthwaite. Then Armstrong picks it up. He plays a little ball inside to Gay. Irabunum now. Coming through the middle. There's the ball off to the left to Dewsbury Hall, but it was just a bit too far in front of him, and it was taken off him. Then Irabunum barges Casemiro over on the halfway line, and the free kick's given. Boos from the crowd, but it's been a bit scrappy this half. Free kick's taken. Casemiro gets the ball back. Goes across to his left to Maguire. And then wider is Shaw. Plays the ball inside to Mainu. Fernandez gives him the ball back. Looking for maybe Cunha. They're still going as Mainu, but he eventually gets the ball cleared away, but it's only as far as Fernandez, and he can bring it forward again. In fact, he plays it all the way out to the right-hand side to Dallow. Goes inside of Armstrong, and Mbeumo in a bit of space on the edge of the box. Now he has a shot, but he's dragged it wide of Pickford's left post and a couple of yards wide. It's a bit of a scuffed shot there. Wayne Rooney in the crowd there is not going to be too impressed with what he's seen so far. I wonder who he's supporting, Everton or Manchester United. Ball tied on by Branthwaite. Armstrong and Dallow are chasing the ball. He lays it inside to Lamans, who right-footed goes down the line. And Mbeumo's beaten to it by Keane. But Fernandez picked the ball up, gave it to Casemiro. He's given it to Maguire, who's coming down the left-hand side. A bit more pace in this attack now. The crowd edging them on. Cunha plays it inside to Fernandez, out to the left-hand side where Shaw's overlapping. He puts a low crossing, but it's a poor one that's easily cleared away by Tarkovsky. Maguire gets the ball and tries to head it down the line for Shaw, but he's headed the ball out. Promising there, but Shaw's cross wasn't the best quality. Thanks for your support, Dan. Much appreciated that. Just a gear lays it out to the left-hand side. Branthwaite plays it into Dewsbury Hall. He's got a bit of space on the left-hand side now, but no support. He tries to put a cross in, but it's blocked by Dallow at the near post. It comes back to Branthwaite. Dewsbury Hall again's got a chance of a second cross. Puts a better one in this time. It's headed away by Yoro. Picked up by Gay. He's pushed in the back. Referee was playing advantage, and when Everton didn't get the advantage, he brings it back for the foul. Good referee in that. I'll get a better view of this. We're seeing the referee at the moment. I'll be able to tell you exactly how far the free kick is out. I think it's pretty central. But I think it's 25 yards out. Yeah, 25 yards. Maybe nearer 30 yards out, but it's dead central. I mean, it's in the area where you could get it up and over the wall. There's plenty of space, but here it comes now. It's Branthwaite has a shot, and goalkeeper makes a nice catch, just falling to his right. You would expect him to make that catch. It was a decent hit, but you wouldn't expect Lamans to get beat by a shot like that. He had plenty of time to see it. It's unusual to see a goalkeeper make a catch. They usually parry him away. Yoro sprays it across to the left. It's behind Luke Shaw. Can he keep it in? He can do, but he's under pressure now. Maguire gets it away. Looking for Cunha, but he can't make it. Was it Cunha? Or was it Fernandez? Fernandez. Cunha's sliding in there on Garner. Wins the ball. Throw given. I guess it's wet enough on the pitch for able to slide those tackles in. Garner with this throw, I think. Barry comes short for it. Lays it into Undai. He's brought down by Luke Shaw. Free kick given. Just a couple of yards in from that right-hand touchline over on the far side. Bit loose by Luke Shaw. That to be given a free kick away there. It's a dangerous free kick position now, whereas Undai wasn't going anywhere, really. He had his back towards goal. Tarkovsky's coming up for it. I guess Keane will be up there as well. And they'll be looking to swing one into the box. Dewsbury Hall's there. And so's Garner. Garner takes it into the box. Headed away though. And Buemo's going to reach it before it goes out for a throw. And then Branthwaite just knocks him over. And just again retrieves the ball, and it goes all the way back to Dewsbury Hall there, who gives it all the way back to Pickford. Pickford just pulls it back to his left and then drives it long again. Ball high in the air, brought down by Dewsbury Hall. Yoro's in, and Ahmad can come away with it. He had a ball into Fernandez there, but it was short and cleared away. But again, it's a poor ball forward by Everton. It's over the head of all their attackers and picked up by Maguire, and it's been a very bitty first half. The passing's been poor at times. Ahmad had a good chance to put the ball down the inside right channel and was short. Cleared high into the air. Fernandez is not going to win that one. And Buemo's up, but he can't win that one against Armstrong. Dallo now plays a little bounce out to Casemiro. He tries to get it to Ahmad, but he was beaten to it. Dewsbury Hall now. Shaw is tussling with Undai, but play goes on. It's a cross by Armstrong there that's high into the air. Corner to Everton. In the last 3 minutes of this first half, is there going to be one cross with quality? We shall see. It's over on the right-hand side. Left-footed in-swinger from, I think that's Dewsbury Hall over on the far side there. Hand in the air. A lot of movement in the box, a lot of pushing in the box. And it comes now. It's a deep one that Lamans punches down, and then it's hooked away by Cunha. Irambunam hooks it back in, and it's well played by Dewsbury Hall. He managed to skip round one tackle. Well blocked by Cunha. Throw given. Second quickly to Garner, then back to Dewsbury Hall. He tries to put another one in that's blocked by Fernandez. And Manchester United can break now, surely. Casemiro coming down the middle. Tries to get us up. Buemo. It's another poor ball that's overhit and give the chance for Pickford to be able to come out and clear it long. Poor passing by your Man United side this half, Jim, don't you think? Slow as well. I don't understand these little passes into the middle and then go straight back to the original passer again, like they just did there between Casemiro and Maguire. They don't get the team anywhere. Dallono plays it inside to Casemiro. He goes long and left. Cunha brings it down and he can run forward. But I think that's Garner gets in there. Good tackling, really. Tarkowski lays it back to Pickford. He gives it to Keane. Keane comes out to the left to Branthwaite. Plays a ball in. Helped on by Dewsbury Hall. Gets it back from Barry. But he's got a lot of players around him, Dewsbury Hall. And he's penalised for a foul on Menu. Looked a bit soft, that. Crowd weren't happy about it. Dewsbury Hall's not happy about it. Waving his finger at the referee. No, sir. And to be fair, Dewsbury Hall probably has a point there looking at the replay. Anyway, play goes on with Luke Shaw over on the far side. As we're into the last minute, might be a couple of minutes of added time because of that injury to Barry, but Euro, Casemiro, a little flick inside to Menu. Luke Shaw gets it on the left, just inside the Everton half. Plays ball back into Menu. Menu under pressure. Goes down. Free kick given. 3 minutes of added time. Fernandez maybe get a bit of quality into the box, and it comes now. It's over to Ahmad. He brings it down on his chest. He's got a chance to attack that byline. Comes in on his left foot, lays it to the edge of the box where Fernandez is, and laying back, he's floated his shot over the bar, and then he's complaining at the referee for something. Don't know what, but he's not happy about it. But then Bruno Fernandes is never happy. Still having a word with the referee. I don't know what is. So he hit his shot over the bar and then complained about something. Well, if the foul was going to be on Maguire, what was Fernandes moaning about? Barry's header is out, and I think that just about sums up this first half. Everton being the better team, but only by a fraction, Jim. I think that it's been poor from both teams. The passing's been astray, hasn't it? And there hasn't been many chances. And so Drissagay goes into the back of Menu. Thought it might have been a foul there, but the throw is given. Branthwaite taking his time into the last minute of this first half. Throw doesn't go to Barry. Yeah, I've got to agree with you. Jim Bruno does spend a lot of time complaining. If he just concentrated on the game, he'd probably be a better captain and a better player, but he tends to get himself wound up about little things that don't really matter. And it has been poor. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. It's not been a great watch this first half. It can only get better, let's hope. With just seconds left of this first half. High into the air. Tarkowski wins it, and that's the end of the first half. I think it has to be said that was a pretty painful watch. If all's said and done, there wasn't many goal-mouthed chances, and the passing was poor at best, and it was slow and ponderous, and not a good watch. But it can only get better. You would imagine that the managers will get stuck into these players and say, come on, you've got to quicken things up a bit. You've got to have better movement off the ball. The passing's got to be more accurate, and it's got to be quicker as well. And chances will come. But at the moment, it's 0-0 at half-time. Thanks to everyone who's watched so far. I'm about to say that I hope you've enjoyed that first half, but there hasn't been a great deal to enjoy, but your support is very much appreciated. If you're not a subscriber, please do hit that subscribe button, especially if you enjoy Leeds United content, because that's what the channel is all about. It's predominantly a Leeds channel, but I do like to do other watch-alongs as well, because I just enjoy watching the football, and I enjoy doing the watch-alongs with you. Thanks to Jim and Dan, who have been big contributors of the first half on the chat. If anyone else wants to get involved, they can do. Our predictions, our score predictions, well, they're still on, Jim. We both said 2-1, but at the moment it's looking like a 0-0. It can't get any worse than that, can it, surely? Let's just take a look at the stats for that first half. There's not going to be a great deal to look at, but we may as well. Today's game, isn't it? Yeah. Match stats, here we go. So, overall possession, well, you think that Everton have been the better team, and yet they've only had 37% of the possession, almost 38, to Manchester United over 62%. Expected goals, again, 0.04 for Everton. That's how poor they've been. And Manchester United are not much better on 0.45, but it's still a lot more than that. Shots at goal, 7 by Manchester United and only 2 by Everton. Shots on target, 1 for Everton, 2 for Manchester United. Touches inside the opposition box, 8 by Manchester United and 2 by Everton. So all the stats say that Manchester United have enjoyed more possession, more territory, more shots. Aerial duels won 8-4, Manchester United's favour. Fouls committed, 8 by Everton, 5 by Manchester United. So again, that would indicate that Everton have been more under pressure. The distances covered in kilometres in that first half are pretty even. Same with the jogging, and sprinting is almost equal. So there's not much to look at in those stats. I'm trying to get something out of these stats just to make it look like it's been an interesting game. And I'm sorry, guys, I can't do it. It's just not there. But there is more to come. I'll tell you what, let's look at the games for tomorrow because there's some interesting games and I want to see. Well, I'll try to fill in a bit of time. I'll just have to put the Champions League in. Champions League, there we go. Atletico Madrid and Club Brugge, that's a 5:45 kick-off. Bayern, Leverkusen, Olympiacos, Inter Milan and Bodo Glimt, Newcastle and Karabag. I might do that. Newcastle Karabag. It promises a few goals, and goodness me, I could do with a few goals after watching that first half. So if anyone wants to join us at 8, just before 8 o'clock, maybe about 20 to 8, for the build up to the Newcastle United and Karabag game. Newcastle, well in charge of that, leading 6-1 on aggregate after the first leg. It promises a few more goals and it might be entertaining. So if you want to join us for that one, I think the games that I really want to do is Wednesday. And that would be the Real Madrid Benfica game because there's a lot on that after that incident involving Vinicius Junior and the claims of racism from one of the Benfica players. So that might be an interesting watch. That it's all up for grabs. It's 1-0 to Madrid after the first leg on aggregate. But there might be some needle in that, and that'll be one worth watching. So if you want to join us for that on Wednesday, that's another 8 o'clock kickoff. You'll be more than welcome to it. Those might be two interesting games. We might get a lot of goals in the Newcastle game, and in the Real Madrid game on Wednesday, well, there could be anything in that. Really worth watching. So that's what I'm going to do the next 2 days. Yeah, you're right there. That first half, I've tried to make it look interesting and I've tried to pick out some facts and figures, but there's just nothing. It all just points to absolute boredom. But it can't get any worse than that, can it? The second half could be completely different. There could be several goals in it and goal-mouth chances galore. And let's face it, Manchester United have got a lot riding on this because they're looking for a Champions League spot. They can go up to 4th position, so it's theirs to win. Oh, you would expect so. You think they'll be prioritising winning this game? Everton just look a bit lightweight up front. Usually when you watch the coverage on the TV, they're going through all the chances and the first half highlights, but this time it's all advertisements. They've got nothing to show either. Quite funny, really, but we've sat through 45 minutes of that. I still think there'll be goals in this second half. I'm just convinced there will be. And I still think that the 2-1 that we've picked for our prediction, Jim, is going to be the right one. If you guys will just bear with me a sec, I might just got a few minutes just to get myself another cup of tea. I'll be back in a sec. Hey, boy. Thanks for that, guys. Got myself a cup of tea for the second half now, so ready to go. I'm just thinking about substitutions, and you would think the obvious thing would be to change the forwards a bit, but the forwards have been starved of any ball. If you put on someone like Chesko, he's just going to be starved of the ball like Cunha has been, and like Mbuemo has been. They haven't had many touches of the ball. It's the midfield and the back four hanging onto the ball too long, not getting it into midfield, and the midfield not moving it on quick enough. And that's been the same for both sides, I think. Let me know what you think in the chat. We can't be far off a return. It's just about 9 o'clock, so we'll get a resumption soon. Coverage is back on, but they can't be out yet because they're advertising the darts. Belfast this Thursday. Someone's got a cardboard cutout of Pickford in the crowd, I mean. And then it's gone back to advertisements, so the players are not out yet. So we're not missing anything. Let me put this on to remind everybody before the game gets underway that if you're not a subscriber, you like Leeds United content and watch-alongs of Premier League football, predominantly Leeds United, then become a subscriber and join us. Join in the fun, the commentary, the chat, plus the videos that I make of Leeds as well. If you like that sort of thing, become a subscriber and you'll get to see all of those as they come out. They're still showing the things that didn't happen in the first half. All they've got to show is that easy save that Lammens made moving across to his right-hand side, then that tells you everything about that first half. That was the only save that he had to make, and it was a pretty comfortable save anyway. And Edwin van der Sar trying to dissect that save, but it was a pretty straightforward save. Everton emerging from the tunnel now, so we aren't going to be far off a restart. Just waiting to see if there's any substitutions indicated. Doesn't seem like it at the moment. Moyes is still having a lot to say to his coaching staff and his teams, but I think he would have said that at half time. Anyway, it's Everton to kick off this second half, kicking from left to right. Don't like there's been any substitutions whatsoever. And here we go. Things can only get better. It's humped high into the air. Shaw heads it away. Cunha helps it on. It's picked up by Tarkowski, aiming for Barry. Luke Shaw just gets in front of him, but Barry nods the loose ball down. to Ndai. Garner, back to Ndai. It goes round Casemiro, crosses to the edge of the box. It's Dewsbury Hall. It opened up for him. Second shot comes from Armstrong. And a side-footed shot that really he should have put his foot through and drilled it at the goal, because it became an easy save for Lamans as he's diving to his left. Quite a comfortable save as the ball skimmed along the ground. Should have hit it. Put your foot through it. Maybe he was trying to curl one into the far post, but no accuracy there. But at least a bit of goalmouth action to start the game off in the second half. Lamans has the ball now. Mainu gives it to Yoro. Yoro gives it to Dallo. Back to Yoro. Looks like Everton are trying to press high up this second half. Lamans left-footed drives it away. Cunha is underneath it, but he can't win it against Garner. And it's volleyed away by Tarkovsky. Comes through to Yoro. And Maguire, right-footed, drives it deep. Keane wins that header this time. Fernandez was getting a bit of a booing. Cunha battling for it, but Ndai comes away. It lays it inside to Barry with a bit of space now to come forward. He lays it across to Gay, who stumbles but retains possession until he dwelt on it, and Ahmad took it off from him. But Armstrong picks the loose ball up. He lays it back to Ndai. He gives it to Dewsbury Hall. He gives it back to Armstrong, back to Dewsbury Hall, puts his cross in now, but it's an easy header away for Shaw. Gay leaves it back to Garner. Ndai. Back to Garner. Irabunam has a shot from the edge of the box, but it's blocked on the edge of the penalty box and cleared away. And Buemo can't win the header against Keane. And Everton come forward again. Crowd getting behind this team as they join a bit of possession now. Dewsbury Hall. Branthwaite plays it into Gay. Comes back to Barry. He tried to put a back heel back into the box, but it's cleared away by Luke Shaw. Come here. Irabunam again. Chips the ball to the right. So Garner, who's made his way forward again, he's got Luke Shaw in front of him, puts a cross in early on. It's blocked by Maguire. Luke Shaw's brought down, is he? He is. It looks a very soft one again, but the foul's given. I think the linesman there's just indicating a bit of a push. Maybe see that again from Garner. Did he push him? Yeah, I guess he did have his hands on. Shaw went down easy, but there was a bit of an arm in his back. And Garner and Shaw still having words about that. Lamans is taking his time. Now he comes to take the goal kick, the free kick. Headed away by Tarkovsky. Gay. Casemiro volleys it back, and Buema's going to chase it with Keane. Garner wins the ball, gives it back to Tarkovsky, and he drives it high into the air. Maguire wins it over Barry. Irabunam heads the ball forward, and it comes over to the left to Dewsbury Hall, who's been encouraged to run with the ball. He tries to get it in for the run of Ndai, but it's overhit and goes right the way through to Lamans. Cunha plays a little ball inside to Fernandez, stretching for it, but he got it to Mainu. Ball inside to Casemiro was just out of his reach, but Man United still have return of the ball. Fernandez coming forward now. Plays the ball into Dallo. He plays it behind Ahmad, so that's just lost a bit of momentum, but Ahmad gets the ball back to Fernandez. Dallo again. Gives it to Casemiro. He gives it to Fernandez. Fernandez tries to play a ball in to Ahmad, but it's cleared away. But then Mainu wins the ball back. He gets a cross in his Mbeumo, and his shot is hooked it over the bar. Pickford was closing him down. Tarkovsky made a bit of a mess of his clearance, and it came to Mbeumo in the back post. and he just couldn't keep it down as Pickford came out to close him down. I guess he thought he had to hit it quick before Pickford got there. But Tarkowski's clearance was a poor one, and him and Pickford had a bit of a mother's meeting over that one to see exactly what happened. Good chance, though. Mainu gives the ball to Yoro. He goes all the way back to Lamans. Lamans on the edge of his box, puts his foot on it, gives it back to Yoro. Yoro plays a little ball inside to Casemiro. First time he hooks it down the line. Dalot's made his run. Ran for it, got his head to it, but Dalot's picked the loose ball up and lays it back inside to Ahmad. Ahmad under pressure has got to go even further back to Casemiro. He hits a shot and it almost came to Fernandes, but he couldn't control it. And it's cleared away by Keane. And Maguire lays it back to Lamans. He gives it back to Yoro. Yoro, plenty of space off on the right side, can come forward and pick a pass. He exchanges passes with Mainu, and then it goes all the way back to Lamans, and that's unnecessary passing for me, that. Yoro has the ball again, gives it to Mainu. Mainu plays it inside to Casemiro. He's got to go forward. Shaw now over on the left-hand side. Cunha under pressure from Garner. Garner pulls him down, and the free kick is given. Cunha now. Garner with him. Ball's taken off him by Tarkowski and then cleared away. Barry wins the header. And Dye gives it back to Barry. He plays it to his left to Dewsbury Hall now. He's looking for support over to left. He hasn't got any. So he has to come back inside, and then Mainu takes the ball off him. Ahmad now. He's clattered as he got the ball by Tarkowski. But the ball's with Cunha now. He lays it back to Mainu. The ball was there to Casemiro, but he's delayed the pass. And Buemo's lost control of it. That's poor by Buemo. Garner thinks he's playing WWE. He does. That was a pretty poor drag down by Garner there, wasn't it? So obvious, and then they complain about it as if they think they've been hard done by. Casemiro now goes out to Dalot, inside to Bruno, but his cross is easily picked up by Gay. Lays it into Mbunam. King clears it. Barry wins the header, but there's nobody there but Yoro. And he gives it inside to Mainu. Mainu gives it to Casemiro. Casemiro gets it forward for Dalot. His run, he's got a chance here to put a cross in, and it's a poor cross. He had to either have a shot there or he had to cut it back, and he did neither. And it was poor, that, because it was a good run and a good ball to find him. Mainu again. Casemiro again, another cross into the box, over the head of Buemo. He gets a flick on it, but he can't get it on target, and it goes out for a goal kick. He's had a poor game as Bruno answered him. He's had no influence on the game at all. There, hit it there, Dalot, and he didn't. He tried to cut it back for Ahmad. And even his cutback was a poor one. Pickford sends everyone forward and then launches one down the left. Barry flicks it on. Dalot stood on it. Armstrong got it. And then Dewsbury Hall's cross is a poor one. It's high over the bar. And again, you expect better quality than that from someone like Dewsbury Hall. And David Moyes is looking frustrated as well as the crowd. You can hear the frustration in the crowd as well. Ball was aimed at Mbuemo there, but he couldn't make it, and then he's flattened there by Tarkowski as he tries to make a challenge on Pickford for the ball. Pickford picks it up in his box, and Mbuemo's gone down. I think the ref's saying there was nothing there. Get up and get on with it. Well, did he give him the elbow? Did he give him the elbow as he came? Well, there was a bit of an elbow. It's in his chest, and he's holding his face as Mbuemo, but the elbow or the forearm did go into him. But there's nothing more than that. Play goes on. Mbuemo's got a smile on his face now, so Pickford picks the ball up now. Looks like Šeško's coming on. Casemiro brings the ball down nicely there, gives it to Ahmad on the right-hand side. He's got a chance to run down the line, but he's got nobody with him. Dewsbury Hall is battling with him, goes round him, and he's got Dewsbury Hall, who's eventually ran the ball out with Ahmad. Ahmad got the last touch. He's got a torn shirt as Ahmad there, so someone's been tugging at him. Ahmad's going off. Could have been any of them. Could have been any of Ahmad or Mbuemo or Cunha. Is Bruno known for scoring from 40 yards? Pickford, long drive forward from that goal kick. Casemiro's underneath it, challenged by Barry. The ball goes over the heads of both of them. Maguire hooks it forward. Šeško can't make that one. High in the air again. Casemiro can't make it. Armstrong now gives it up to Dewsbury Hall on the edge of the box on the left-hand side. Puts his foot on it, and he has to go to Armstrong on his right foot. Gives it to Ndai. Oh, it's Gay. I should know. Gay in the tights. It's obvious. And Dye's playing at number 10. It's that Branthwaite on the far side now, throws the ball deep. Back to Keane, he slots it to the right-hand side to Tarkowski, who can come right. Now that's Ndai who's got the ball. Back to Tarkowski. And he goes back to Pickford. Bruno Fernandes trying to put a bit of pressure on, but Pickford goes long and left. Straight at Dallo, brings it down on his chest. Gives the run around to Armstrong and gives it to Yoro. Yoro gives it to Maguire. Back to Yoro. Dewsbury all closing him down. Gets a round of applause for blocking the clearance. I think the throw's gone to Manchester United still, but the crowd are encouraging Everton to close down quickly, and that's what Dewsbury Hall did. Known for missing from 40 yards, unfortunately, yeah. Ball comes out to the left. Garner picks the ball up from the clearance from Casemiro, picks the low ball up. Euro gives it back to Lamans. Lamans hits it first time, high into the air. Šeško's going to get underneath it. He's beaten to it by Keane. But Manchester United get the ball and it comes clear on. Cunha comes now. He's got Fernandes going outside of him. Gives it to Fernandes on his right foot, who comes back inside. Lays the ball into Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw gives it to Menu. Shaw gets it back from Fernandes. Menu. Casemiro tries to chip it over the top of the defence. Garner's there. Turns away. And plenty of time to drive it down the right-hand side. Oh, he was looking for, I don't know, because if he's looking for Barry, that's about 35 yards over hit. Euro. Mbuemo comes short, but he doesn't get it. He goes across to Maguire. Euro crosses the halfway line down the right-hand side. He's got Dalot with him, gives it to Dalot. Dalot's got Armstrong closing him down. He lays it back into the path of Casemiro. Casemiro sweeps it across to Shaw, inside to Fernandes. Menu, is he going to go out wide? No, he gives it to Casemiro. It goes back to Menu. It's not a very accurate pass that made Menu rush when he didn't really need to. Menu has the ball back again now. Now Shaw has it just to his left. Now Cunha, under pressure from Ghana, plays the ball inside to Mbuemo, but it's behind him, and Mbuemo falls down as the ball goes behind him and through to Pickford. And unfortunately, we've had 16 minutes of this second half, and it's not really got any better. Ball's over the head of Barry, won by Euro. Maguire takes charge of it and comes through the middle. Fernandes takes over, cuts inside, and his pass inside is picked up by Dewsbury Hall. Armstrong lays it out as Dewsbury Hall goes out wide. And then it's given away by Irognum, or Irogbunum, or whatever his name is. And Mbuemo goes down under the tackle of Irobunum, or whatever his name is. Branthwaite sprays one across to the right-hand side that Barry's chasing to the near touchline. He lays it back to Ndai. Lays it out to Irobunum. Right-footed shot is blocked by Shaw. Deflected out for a throw. Crowd trying to lift Everton now. The noise goes up a level. Garner gives it to Tarkowski, inside to Gay. Goes back to Keane, and Keane's going to go all the way back to Pickford. And there's a groan from the crowd when they had the ball deep inside the Manchester United half. It goes in three passes to Pickford. Branthwaite to Dewsbury Hall. Always available. Irobunum gives it back to Dewsbury Hall. Back to Branthwaite. Dewsbury Hall in space now. He's got it crossing to the back of the box. It's headed away by Luke Shaw before Ndai could get there. But it's picked up by Garner. He puts his cross back in again. It's behind everybody, but it comes to the edge of the box where Armstrong is. He lays it out to Branthwaite now. Into Dewsbury Hall. He's got a shot. It's deflected. And out for a corner. I think that was Dalot who got in front of Dewsbury Hall and deflected his shot away. But he's going to come across to this right-hand side, is Dewsbury Hall, to take this in-swinging corner with his left foot. A lot of pushing going on. Euro and Tarkowski there. It's like Dalot and somebody's pushing in the box there as well. Someone's gone down. Everton player's gone down. Branthwaite. That's all the pushing that goes on. The pushing and tugging. After players are not even looking at the ball. They're just interested in dragging each other down. It's Dalot who pushes Branthwaite. He's got him round and pushed him over. I mean, as a neutral, that's a penalty. Don't let them get away with it and have a word with them. It's a penalty. It's going on again. Barry doing it this time. They're doing it again. The referees... It's unbelievable, isn't it? How can Lamans get to the ball there when they're all pushing? Here it comes now. Lamans gets a punch to it. To the edge of the box. It's Gay, sorry. The block shot comes out to him. Irobunum gets it back out to Gay. Armstrong being forced back by Sesko, who's got himself back. Branthwaite now. Gay is passed to Ndai as loose. Little pass from Sesko gets Cunha away. Sesko's available. He goes down. I don't know even what happened to him. He just went down in the inside right position, attacking the edge of the box, and he just went down. And Dye now plays the ball back. Branthwaite. Keane to Tarkovsky, coming to this near side. Garner plays it inside to Dewsbury Hall. Tackled by Casemiro. Foul given. Just looking at that run by Cunha again. He just slipped. Garner's going to take this free kick now. It's only just inside the Manchester United half, over to the right-hand side, but he can float one into the box, and he does though. Heads are up. It's headed in by Tarkovsky, but it's an easy catch at his near post for Lamans. Well, I agree with you, Jim. If he'd had passed it just a couple of yards earlier as he was making that run, Sesko was in a good position on the left-hand side to be in on goal, and he delayed it and delayed it. And Cunha's away again now, but Garner's going to get in front of him, and he's going to see it out with the help of a little push on Cunha. Looks like the substitution's imminent for Everton anyway. Pickford about to take this goal kick, left-footed and long again. There's no short ones here today. Cunha's beaten to it. Headed out by Yoro. Headed back in. Maino's underneath it, but he's beaten to it by Barry. It's brought down by Gay and Dewsbury Hall, followed by Mbuemo. And the ball goes down the line, and it gets a deflection off a Manchester United player because it goes out for a corner, and the crowd ramp the noise up again. Armstrong and Fernandez having a bit of a pushing match there. And Fernandez is going to be spoken to with Armstrong by the referee, but Fernandez gets himself involved in these sort of things, and it takes his concentration away from the game. And as captain, he's got to be setting an example. And I don't think he's the best of captains at time for examples. If United are going to concede, it's usually about the 83rd minute, so I'll be watching for that, Jim. 83rd minute, I'll be studying it very closely. But we've got a corner in the 69th minute over on that right-hand side. It looks like is it Garner who's gone across to take this? Right-footed curler. And it comes now to the back post. It's Tarkovsky who gets his head up there. Goes high in the air, hooks it back in again over the top. It's a good catch at his back post by Lammers. Stretching for that one, but a nice catch. It's a good goalkeeper, this kid Lamans, from what I've seen of him. And I've seen plenty of Manchester United games, and I actually quite like Lamans. He's a no-fuss goalkeeper, but he's solid. Armstrong now gives it to Gay. Goes out to the left. Branthwaite plays the ball down the line. Is that Undai who's gone across that side? He's been held there by, was it Cunha? Plays the ball to the right-hand side. There's a chance here. Garner has his shot. It's great covering by Cunha in his own box. Sliding in and blocking that shot because it opened up over at the far post there. But it's another corner. Corner's taken short. Gay has the ball. Garner Sundayo's come back across this side. Gay gets the ball back. He puts a cross into the near post. It's headed away by Maguire. Shesko brings the ball down. Cunha tries to get the ball away to the right-hand side to Mbeumo to run on. And it's a 1-against-1. And he brings the ball under control. He's got to lay it into Shesko. He must score, he's Shesko. And he does. Super sub Shesko. Side foots the one past Pickford's left hand into the post, into the goal. And Manchester United take the lead on the break. And the first bit of decent passing that Manchester United have put together, and they've had several chances to hit on the break. Headed clear by Maguire. And the pass from Cunha was a great pass. A run over on the inside right position by Mbeumo. He just waited for the ball to come through. A little ball inside. And from the penalty spot, Shesko has side-footed it firmly past Pickford's left hand and into the back of the net. And now the game isn't up and out. Good composure there by Shesko. That will encourage the game to open up now because Everton have got to go for it. There's no point in losing the game 1-0. He's a finisher, is Shesko, isn't he? He's got composure. Armstrong's gone off and Tyreek George has come on. And they said before he came on he hasn't scored a Premier League goal, so they haven't put a goal scorer on Everton, have they? Cunha plays the ball in, but it's picked up by Keane. He lays it out to the left-hand side. Tyreek George gets his first touch, lays the ball on the inside for Dewsbury Hall. Euro couldn't take it. His clearance has hit a Manchester United player and then rebounded out for a corner. Don't think he had a bad game, Armstrong. He's not. It's just a tactical substitution, I guess. Garner goes across to that far side again to take another right-footed in-swinger. Still the pushing going on. In comes the corner now. Right underneath the goalkeeper's crossbar, and he makes a smashing catch under a lot of pressure. Casemiro's gone down, he's rubbing the back of his head. I think there's a free kick being given. Still looking at Casemiro again. What happens? I think he gets a bang on the back of his head from Lamans as he meant the catch. And why not? The goalkeeper's got to go through everybody to make the ball. And he made a good catch as well. What's going on? Lamans was putting the ball down as if it was a free kick. And Barry was saying, well, was it a free kick? Took the ball off him. It wasn't a free kick there, was it? The free kick wasn't on the edge of the box like that. Ball's high in the air, headed forward by Keane, hooked on by Dewsbury Hall. Barry heads the ball, but it's deflected by Casemiro. Comes back to Gay. Out to Tyreek George on the left-hand side. He goes round Casemiro, takes on Dalot, gets a crossing that's cleared away for a corner by Euro at the near post. Everton looking to get straight back into this one. Garner going across to that far side to get another one. They would do well not to put this right under Lamans' nose because he's done well over the last two. Made two good catches. 15 minutes to go. Corner comes in again. Right underneath Lamans makes a punch to the edge of the box. It's helped on its way by Mbuemo and out for a throw to Everton. Taken quickly by Gay, but the referees don't know what he's doing. Can't see what's going on. There's a complaints from the Everton team. And someone's getting a yellow card for something. I don't know what's going on. The coverage is not showing it. Pickford's got a yellow card. For what? I don't know. It's like Mbuemo's gone down with a bit of cramp. It's looked like might be his last contribution to this game, setting that goal up for Šeško. Mazraoui's coming on. Well, a defender for an attacker. Šeško and Cunha up front then, I guess. Mazraoui going to right back. Maybe Darlow pushing up into midfield. I don't know. Anyway, Garner's going to take this throw. Gives it short to Ndai. He has to go back to Tarkowski, and Tarkowski has to go all the way back to Pickford, who's well out of his goal. Brings it round onto his left foot and then swings on high down the left-hand side. Mazraoui's beaten to it. It's gone out for a corner. I thought it came off an Everton head there last, but no. Now, if Garner goes across to take this corner, which looks like he's going to do, is to put the last three right under the nose of Lamans, and he's made 3 good catches. So let's hope he's maybe learnt and he's going to get it out of the reach of the goalkeeper this time and give his forwards a chance to attack it. They're all packing into that 6-yard box, so it looks like it's going to be another one right under the bar. I mean, they're all virtually stood on the goal line. So there's arms round everybody and there's pushing and shoving, and it comes again. It comes in, almost came to George at the back post. I think he wasn't expecting it because it bounced off his foot. But Gay gets the return. Šeško's in the way of his cross and he's deflected out for another corner. Substitution. Beto's on for Irabunum. Don't have to say that name anymore tonight. Beto, that's easier. But it's going to be another in-swinging corner right under Lamans' nose again. They're all pushing and shoving. I've seen less pushing in a rugby game. Euros pushing and shoving. It's unbelievable. It's headed away to the edge of the box. And Gay has a shot. It's skewed off his right foot, or the outside of his right foot, and tamely away for a goal kick. And it was Šeško from that goal who laid the ball back to Maguire to set that move going. He was almost on the edge of his own penalty box and he sprinted the length of the pitch to put that in the back of the net. It's great determination from him and great sprinting. He never gave up. I think it was Tarkowski who left in his wake, didn't he? He sprinted past him and Tarkowski was never going to catch him up. Maguire wins a header there against Beto. Dewsbury Hall to George. There's it back to Dewsbury Hall, who's gone for the return. Casemiro gets in there. Dalot, Casemiro down the line, but he's given it away to Gay. He gets it to Keane. Keane across to Garner. Garner helps it on its way to the right-hand side to Ndai. Plays it inside to Gay. Back to Garner. Back to Ndai. Back to Garner again. Looking for the cross now. Puts a cross in. It's headed away on the edge of the box by Menu. Sescu picks the ball up, but he's given it straight away. Branthwaite. Dewsbury Hall. George again. Comes inside, gives it to Gay. Gets the ball back, Gay. Back into Dewsbury Hall. Looking for a ball back to Gay, but it comes into Dewsbury Hall in the middle. He's got to run it down the outside if he wants to. Chip to the back post. Headed away by Maguire. And I picks the ball up though. There's it back to Gay. Dewsbury Hall. Plays it into Garner. Trying to put a cross in with his right foot. It's deflected into the air. It's cleared away again by Maguire, but only as far as Dewsbury Hall, and he can recycle the ball to Tarkowski. He goes across to the left to Keane. On his left foot, he has a shot, and it's a good save by Lamans as he's diving across to his right. He just tips it over the bar. Nice shot from behind there. You'll see that from Keane. A bit of a curl on it. Curling from outside of the post into the back of the net was that. And it's well covered and well tipped over by Lamans. Nice save. Corner though. Here we go again. Euro's been pushed into the back of the net by Tarkowski. Maguire's pushed him back. What is going on? I mean, Tarkowski wasn't even looking at anybody but Euro and just pushed him over. That should be a free kick, end of the corner. What is the referee doing? Tarkowski's been pulled out to have a word with the referee and getting a yellow card for that. But that should be a free kick. They shouldn't be allowed to take the corner again now. Tarkowski has committed a foul in the box before the corner was taken. Free kick, and that would stop it all. Because Tarkowski is going to go back in there now and attack the corner, and he might score from it when it shouldn't be allowed to be taken now. Dewsbury Hall's trying to have a word with the referee as well. Well, it just pushed him over. That's a free kick, end of the corner. This is just ridiculous. This is absolutely... I've never seen anything like it. You don't turn that on a corner came in. Beto was claiming that it's gone over for a corner, and it has. Another one. But you can't tell me that the set-piece coaches are coaching their teams to do that. Just so 6 or 7 of them stand and just look at them pushing each other again. Maguire's gone down this time. He's been pushed over by Tarkowski again. Tarkowski's going to... referee's going to bring Tarkowski and Maguire out, and he can be certain that Tarkowski, if he was the instigator of it, won't get sent off this time. 2 captains have been told. But Tarkowski was the instigator of that again. He's just pushed Maguire over. He's trying to help him up to take some of the heat off the situation. That deserved another yellow card, or maybe I'm just being too cynical here. Euro's got his arms around Tarkowski now. Anyway, Garner's going to take another in-swinger. In it comes again, right under the goalkeeper. He gets a punch to it. It's a good punch, comes out. It's helped away by Cunha. All the way out to Gay. He goes back to Pickford, and he's going to drive it forward. Straight down the pitch. Maguire wins the header. Hooked back in to the box, but it's a couple of bounces and quite a comfortable catch under no pressure for Lamans. And Lamans has done really well under so much pressure from those corners. Headed back by Tarkowski. Casemiro helps it back in. Tarkowski heads it back to Keane, and Keane takes it all the way back to Pickford. Pickford hits it first time high into the air as we're into the last 5 minutes. Casemiro wins that one against Barry. Ball comes to Menu, back inside to Casemiro. He tries to put a ball down the inside left channel, but Casemiro couldn't pick him out, and Gay comes away now. He gets it to Ndai on the right-hand side. can take on Luke Shaw. Tries to go around Luke Shaw, gets his cross in, but it's an easy catch for Lamans. Not the best of quality once he'd created that yard of space for himself. Lamans hits it higher than it goes long. Anthony wins the header. Brought down by Cunha on his chest. He's got no support, and 3 Everton players around him. And it eventually is run out by Cunha. I don't think that was a throw to Manchester United. It wasn't. It's been taken quickly. But Njai has brought Casemiro down. No foul given. Throw to Everton. They take it quickly with Barry. Garner wins the throw again off Cunha. Gone 10 yards backwards, though, Everton, but still in the Manchester United half. Yeah, I've got to agree, Jim. I'm impressed with Lamans. I think he's a cracking goalkeeper. I don't know where he got him from. We could have done with him at Leeds. When we were looking in summer, why didn't we get him? Keane gives it inside to Dewsbury Hall on the halfway line. Lays it into George, but the return is a low one. Fernandez gives it to Mainu. And Mainu, well, I don't know who he was playing it to, but it ends up just rolling through to Pickford. He rolls it underarm to Dewsbury Hall and gets out to Branthwaite on the left, and Everton can come down that side again. Although Branthwaite slowed the play right down and allowed Manchester United to get back behind the ball before he swings it across the right-hand side to Garner. Garner come forward. He's got Ndai in support. Luke Shaw with him. Lays it back to Gay. Back to Ndai. Garner now. Slides it across to the left to Keane. Keane gets out to George over on the far side. He cuts back inside. Lays it into Dewsbury Hall. Gets it back. Does George. Garner with the ball centrally. Tries to get it into Barry. Uses his strength to hold everybody off. Gets a cross in that hits Luke Shaw and goes out for a corner. Ready for another scrum from this corner. I don't know how many corners that Everton have had in this half. I don't think Manchester United have had one of them. Everton have had probably 7 or 8. 10 corners to 0 in this second half, I guess that is. Tarkowski and Yoro pushing again. Corner comes in. The back post, Barry's up, but it's headed away. Cunha has lost the ball again. Dewsbury Hall gets it to the right-hand side. And Dye's got a chance to pull it back with a cross, but he lays it back to Gay, who hoists one high into the box. It's helped away. Cunha picks the loose ball up. He's got Gay with him, goes down under the challenge from Gay, and eventually the referee gives the free kick. The crowd moan. Into the last minute of normal time. I can't think there'll be much added time to go. If this was Leeds United, this is where we'll be conceding the equaliser. Maguire going to take this eventually. Drives it high down the middle. Ball's cleared away. It comes out to Dallo. He's into the box. He's made a bit of space. Hits a shot that's hit Branthwaite and deflected out for a corner. Manchester United can take the time with this and take a bit more time out of the game. Don't know how much is going to be added, but it won't be much. Five minutes, well, I'm surprised it's as much as that. It came from Antwerp, Belgium Pro League. Well, they've got a good scouting system of Man United then to have found him. Throw over on the far side, the result in that from that corner. Fernandez gets the ball back to Dalot. Trying to play a couple of passes amongst each other just to lose a bit of time. Still got control of the ball. Dalot concedes the ball, put out for a throw to Manchester United. 1 minute of added time going on. Bruno heads the ball back to Dalot. Mazraoui battling for it. Keane brought down by Mazraoui. Free kick given. Mazraoui gets a yellow card. Everybody's piled into the Manchester United half as Pickford is well out of... Pickford's got to go right back to get the second ball off the pitch before returning back to the free kick that's just short of the halfway line. He's going to take this. He's got a longer kick than that. There's a line about halfway inside the Manchester United half, but he's got a longer kick than that. And so it comes into the box. Maguire's up there, headed further away. Sesko. Cunha now. And Cunha's given the ball away when there was a break on there. And they win the ball back, though. And it's hooked away to the right-hand side. Sesko in the middle. He's got to put it in for the second, has he? The ball's still loose and Pickford flicks it away. Chance to have put the second away and put this game to bed, but it was a bit casual with the finish. Bruno Fernandes has lost this one to Dewsbury Hall. Then wins the ball back. It wasn't a foul. Referee's given Tyreek George, and he's hit one from the edge of the box. It's a good save, diving down to his left, because it just took a bounce in front of Lamans. Those are the most difficult ones to actually save. But he got his body right behind it and held on to it, more importantly, as well. Fernandes still moaning at the referee after that. Dewsbury Hall gets out to George on the left again. 2 minutes of added time to go. George taking on Mazraoui. Mazraoui slips, and then George slips. Still keeps hold of the ball, though. There's it back to Branthwaite. He's been held by Casemiro. Referee allows advantage. I think Everton might have preferred the free kick to swing another one in. Tarkowski gets it into the box. Garner goes down. Cunha has had a battle with Garner all day and he's wound up really, really happy that he won that battle with Garner there. Tarkowski getting involved again. He's lost his head for a bit there. There's nothing wrong with Cunha winning his battle with Garner there and enjoying the battle as well. Celebrating the tackle. There's nothing wrong with that. And Tarkowski took exception to that. Garner won't take any notice of it, so I don't know why anybody else would get involved with it. Especially Tarkowski. Anyway, Cunha goes off now. And Heaven comes on. 30 seconds of this game left. Man United hanging on, but 3 points looks theirs. Casemiro hooks it forward. Even Sesko's not going to chase that one as it takes a couple of bounces in the penalty area. Pickford rolls it along onto the edge of the box and then launches it long into the air. Pushed by Dalot. Comes out to George. Gets a cross in with his left foot. Over the head of Tarkowski. Garner puts his cross into the back of the box. Headed away. Young at the back of the box. Looks like he was offside there. Tarkowski not happy. He thought the ball had gone out for a corner. Yeah, Maguire got a touch on that. Maybe George did at the end as well as the ball came to him. Maybe George got a touch on it, but Maguire certainly won the first header. But that's time up. That should be anyway. We're a minute over already. I would imagine that as soon as Lamans takes this, the whistle's going to go. High into the air. And there goes the whistle. And Sesko's goal wins it for Manchester United. 3 valuable points in the chase for Champions League spot. Wasn't the greatest of games, but a nice breakaway goal and a cool finish by Sesko. Actually won it for Manchester United. Not the greatest of games, it's all said and done. I was hoping for a few more goals than that, but a bit more exciting in the second half, a bit more quality, but still not the best of games. But a win is a win. Simple as that. Sure, Jim will be happy with that. 3 more points for his team. Anything to add to that one then, Jim, before we close the watch along down for the night, as it is 5 to 10? Thanks for joining us, Jim. Always appreciate your support and your chat. It keeps us going when the game got a bit boring. It left us with a bit of stuff to chat about. So I do appreciate you joining us. Hopefully you can join us for other games during the week. You know, we're doing Tuesday, Wednesday if you want to. If not, then the following game is Saturday, the Leeds game. But thanks a lot. Enjoy the rest of your night, Jim. Thanks to everybody else who supported the channel today. Before you leave, please do become a subscriber. Hit that subscribe button and the like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. Next game will be tomorrow, the Newcastle game. If you want to join us for that, should be a few goals in that one. But until tomorrow, enjoy the rest of your night, what's left of it anyway, and take care of yourselves. Come on, outro, where are you?